Hello and welcome to Anime Territory. I'm your host this week, Johnny Ringhall. With me, as always, is a Ben in America, Benjamin Shaving, and Brock This Then Die, Brock Brumlevy.
That's a good one.
Brock This Then Die?
Yeah, I like that one. What was mine?
A Ben in America?
Yeah,
I like that one.
A Witch in Mongolia?
Oh, okay.
I couldn't think of... I wanted to pick one of the shows that Brock watched for his nickname, but I gave up on that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm like, I could have put a lot of work into the one show that you watch by yourself that we haven't watched, but I didn't want to do that work.
That's fair.
And you rejected my...
Yes. Because it makes me sound bad.
It makes you sound really bad. Alright, so this episode is coming at you late. Last minute record. We had another episode in the can, ready to go. But Ben said, nah, let's skip that. Let's send that one to next month and do this one instead.
Because I was watching like 10 of these. I'm like, we should just record this.
Yeah. So we are talking, we're doing another seasonal anime, opening thoughts is, I guess, maybe. I have Summer Season Samplings is the name we came up with.
Mm-hmm.
This is also, unfortunately, the end of Shoujo Summer.
Yep.
But we're going to send it off with a bang and talk about quite a few shoujos at the beginning here.
Yeah.
The season of, oh, that's a shoujo. Okay. I've got these in like a crazy order to do, but I want to get all the shoujos up front.
Gotcha.
So we can put to rest Shoujo Summer and then talk about the rest of the shows. We have 22 animes to talk about today. If I did my math right, there's 12 that I watched by myself. There is 3 that you and I have watched, Ben. There is 4 that you've watched by yourself.
Okay.
1 that you and Brock have both watched separately,
yes.
I should say. 1 that Brock has watched by himself, and then 1 that all 3 of us have watched. So, Brock, your job here is going to be mostly reacting and asking questions about things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And our job is going to be trying to sell you on which ones you should watch and which ones you should avoid, and then cower in fear as you decide to do the opposite and watch all the ones that we think are shit and don't pick up the ones that we think are good. So feel free to chime in with the questions, because otherwise you won't get a lot to talk about.
Yeah, that's fair. There were some that I'm like, I should probably watch this, but I was asked to do this Sunday. Yeah, this is Thursday.
It's Thursday. That's plenty of time. You work third shift, which means that you are awake and doing things when other people are working or asleep.
Yes.
So, you had plenty of time to just sit there and watch anime by yourself.
Yeah.
But you decided to play Pokemon instead.
I've also been doing that.
I've spent I watched a lot of shows on like Sunday because I'm like, I'm not doing anything. Let's put on another one.
Another one.
Okay. So let's start off with shoujo. I don't know if this one counts, but I'm going to say that it counts.
Okay.
I'm watching Victoria of Many Faces. And I want to know what Brock thinks Victoria of Many Faces is about.
My first thought would be like a cosplayer, like a makeup artist that just changes the way she looks to mess with people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're both insanely wrong, but not that far off. It's both completely wrong, and there's some of this.
You're not completely wrong,
but it's pretty far off. Ben, what do you know about Victoria of Many Faces? Did you catch me watching part of an episode of this? I told you a little bit about this. Okay, so
I know the basic premise, I think.
Okay. So the basic premise is this young woman, early 20s, I would say, maybe mid 20s. Who lost her family at a young age, was taken in by an organization and became a spy. Her handler kind of betrayed her and went and married somebody, betrayed her trust, but not necessarily aha, I've turned. It's more of a, yeah, I got married and I know that I was your only like human connection in this world, and everything else was spycraft. So she fakes her death, travels 2 countries away, and while traveling, does like dye her hair and like put on like a fake mole and gets people drunk in the carriage so that all they remember are those striking details that she had there. So she does use makeup, but after that first episode, not really. It's more like she puts on a face for like, of an innocent person there. In the very first episode, after she moves to this other country, she sees an abandoned child and like takes her in. She also stops a mugging while like taking that child to the police, and like a police, it's not a police, they're Knights of the Second Order or some fantasy bullshit like that. It's not a fantasy yet, at least as far as I can tell, but it's not the real world. So she kind of draws the attention of this nobleman, police captain, guard captain, whatever you want to call him. And so it's her finding a job and sort of having like she recognizes that, oh, this guy's into me, and I have done plenty of honeypots before, but I'm not that into him. It's not that she's not into him, but it's like he is a guard captain and a noble person, and I am trying to keep a low profile. I really like this show. It's kind of quiet is the right word, maybe. I mean, there's stuff that happens. It's not like.
So is she doing like secret spy stuff, or is she just like?
She's raising a child, working, and at one point she goes to a ball with the police captain, who's like, okay. My fiance committed suicide 10 years ago after her brother died in the war, and she failed to kill the prince who was responsible for the night raid where he died, so she committed suicide. And I really am not ready to date somebody, but people keep coming up to me. So, come to this ball with me and, be my fake date. So she goes to that fake date, and there was an attempted assassination of a pretty shitty nobleman, but she, like, points it out to him of, like, that guy's acting shady. That waiter has not been, like, actually passing out samples to people. And
this feels like Spy X Family
a
vibes.
little bit, but less comedic.
Yes.
Okay.
But like after he like escapes, she does like discreetly take down the assassin. And one guard's like they saw somebody running off that was wearing a dress, and it was either the color of dress you were wearing or a very similar color. It's like either blue or purple, and she's wearing a purple dress. So like there is a little bit of like spy work, and I feel like they're leading up to like, I don't think her handler actually believes she's dead, and the prince is like suspicious of her, and like one of the prince's brother, another prince, like in disguise, like approaches her, and he's able to detect like, oh, there's somebody following me, and like breaks 2 of his ribs with a stick, and it's like, he's a pretty competent sword fighter, and we know it was you that broke his ribs. So it's like, I have a feeling that they're going to lean more into this. People are suspicious of her, and spy stuff will be happening. But she does, I think, genuinely care for this young girl who was abandoned, and has like expressed interest of like, even as a young girl, people should have many faces. So I'm gonna train her to be able to navigate this shitty world. So anyway, Victoria of Many Faces. I like this one. It is a bit softer and quieter than, Spy Family is loud and fun. Mm-hmm. This one is, a little more mellow. I think Spy Family is a better show, if I'm being honest, but I think this one is going to be a good, relaxing watch. All right, that's the first shoujo we're talking about. The second one we're talking about is yours, Shabs. Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games.
Okay.
This is one that I've not caught any of, so you have to...
This is what if Rock is a lady's modesty, but they play fighting games instead? Which
So
you
it's
would get.
So it's a
But-
toxic,
Okay.
Yuri
premise.
undertones.
No, there's no undertones.
Oh, it's straight up?
Well, no, but yes.
Okay.
Okay, so it's lady goes to all girls fancy school.
Mhm.
Like computers and everything are not allowed.
One of those schools.
Yeah. Like not in the dorms, I guess. They can have them for like school, but they're not allowed in the dorms. There's this like really popular, pristine student that everybody like fawns? No.
Fawns.
Yeah. I said
Fawns
it. Okay.
over.
Okay.
You were saying fawns, like not the fawns, but
Yeah.
FONDS, but it's FAN.
I was like, I know the
FAWN.
word. Am I pronouncing
Fawns.
it right? Okay.
Fawns. Sounds a lot like the fawns.
I know.
I'm lost now.
Anyways, one day she catches her playing. It's Street Fighter 6, I think,
Okay.
in like an abandoned classroom. And
Sorry, the main character catches the popular.
yes,
Okay.
But the
Because
main
you haven't said
character-
anything about the main.
the main character also loves fighting games,
Mhm, mhm.
but she like went to the school to like avoid fighting games because like nobody likes them anymore, and it kind of secluded her from other classmates.
Okay.
So she's like trying to quit fighting games.
I need to ask something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Do they talk about the guy who perfect blocked Chun-Li's ultimate? Do they talk about that living legend?
No,
Okay.
they talk about
They're
blocking, but no.
So they're saving that. Okay.
Yeah. They are saving it. But they play a game. The main character thinks she's like the best player, but she gets beaten. And then they jump out a window
And then
because they're about to get caught.
Okay.
And then they start playing the game secretly. And like 2 other students join. And they're all in love with each other.
Okay.
I am liking the show.
Okay.
I'm not expecting much. Like, I probably shouldn't like it, but for whatever reason, I'm digging it right now.
Okay. Because there was a show that maybe we'll get to it, but there was a show that I thought you said that was not good. Is this the show that you think is not good?
I think
but
that
you were
was the
liking
one.
it?
Yes.
Okay. You're like, it's not good, but I like it.
The Yuri is helping with it.
It's helping. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
They're about to get into some, like, oh, we're going to start playing tournaments now, so we'll see how it goes. But as of right now, I am liking the show.
Okay. Do you think you'll watch all the way through it?
Probably.
Do you think Brock should watch it? How big of a Street
Yeah,
Fighter
how
fan
big of
are
a
you,
Street
Brock?
Fighter fan are you?
I'm just curious. Who are their mains? Do they say who they main?
Oh, what is it? I think the main girl mains Cammy,
Okay.
and then the popular girl mains Ryu.
Ryu?
Yeah.
Okay. White Gi?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe
It's
so.
like
Alright.
orange, red Gi is Kin.
Mhm.
Blonde hair is Kin.
Yeah, it's definitely Ryu.
Okay. I mean, I mained Ryu when I played a little bit.
Mhm.
And by played, I mean like by myself or with one of my brothers.
They go into like the lingo of all the stuff, which I'm not interested in. Again, but then it goes into Yuri stuff. I'm like, I'm in.
Okay.
So
if
you
I
just
want to
kinda,
learn
like,
how to
zone
get
out.
good,
It doesn't focus too much on either of them, I guess. There's a good blend between the two.
But it's definitely like like a third of this show is going to be explaining Street Fighter 6.
Probably.
This show is Street Fighter propaganda.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not even like a knockoff. It is Street Fighter.
I'm aware that there's a show coming out this season that is Street Fighter.
My
knew
guess
about
is,
this
I think
show.
there's another Street Fighter game coming out. There's no other reason for this.
Okay. Do you have anything else or any questions about... You did ask who their mains were.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure you get in here, Brock. We brought you in, and then you're like, I watched 2 shows.
Yeah.
That's on us. We just wanted to guess, I think.
Okay. So let's go back to me now.
Okay.
So the next show I'm watching is Red River. Brock, do you know anything about Red River?
No, but it was one of those that I looked at. I'm like, I might watch this later when
Okay.
everything.
I'll
comes
say
out.
right now, don't bother.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Oh.
I think it's got potential, and I'll probably see it through, but it is not quite doing it for me.
Okay.
So this one is an isekai, sort of. It's, at the very least, time travel.
Okay.
And space transportation. She goes from Japan to...
Middle East, ain't it?
Yeah, it's like...
Mesopotamia?
Wherever the Hittites are.
It's in that region.
Yeah. To the Hittite Empire. But, like, magic is real. So is it actually our world in the past, or is it a world like the Hittite Empire in the past? They're like, we are the Hittites, and there's Egypt over there. And, you know, I'm assuming some of the other things that they say are real things. But, like, she was summoned into the past and or this world by a queen of the Hittites, or empress, whatever. There is an emperor, but, like, she is second in command of the empire. She is intended to be a blood sacrifice in order to place a curse on all of the emperor's other children besides hers, so that her child, who was like the fifth son or something, can then ascend to the throne. But she
needed time travel for that.
She needed to bring a special maiden, which I don't know why specifically this girl, but she's like, I needed to summon. She, like, the first episode starts with this girl, like, going on a date with her recent boyfriend. And, like, there's a whole episode of her basically in Japan. And she goes and takes a bath. And then the queen lady is like, there she is. I'm going to drag her under. She's going to fall into the drain hole of the sink. Like a Rugrats nightmare. But then she's, like, able to, like, break free and get out of the bath. And then she's on another date with her boyfriend, and she steps in a puddle, and then the queen drags her. But, like, as she's underwater, she's able to, like, kick her off. And she's like, oh, there's light up there. And she swims to the top, and she's in a different place in the Hittite Empire. So the queen can't immediately sacrifice her. She draws the attention of one of the princes, who's also a capable magician. And he's like, yeah, I can bring you back. We need your clothes that you came in, which she had lost at that point. She got captured by the queen.
Okay.
And they, like, freed her. The prince freed her. We need your clothes that you came in, and it needs to be when the morning star and the wells are full and the dry season's about to begin. You have, like, 2 days to get back. She befriends one of his servants. She goes to try to steal her clothes back from the queen. That servant gets wrecked, and a dude skins the servant and, like, wears his skin as a cap.
Jesus.
That guy has a vest of human skin of other people he's killed.
Interesting.
All right.
Is it
But
nice?
they get the clothes back. No, it's a little patchwork at the best. It doesn't look gross.
How's the stitching?
You can see the stitches.
Oh, okay.
So, like...
Is it, like, cross stitch? Or is it...
Anyway, so that kid dies. She feels bad about it, and she's like, I gotta stop the queen. Don't send me back.
Oh, okay.
And then the prince is like, hell yeah, because I'm kind of into this girl. So now she's got to, like, stay near the prince so that the queen can't kidnap her and deal with that stuff. So he takes her to war, and they're like, why is nobody riding horses in war? And they're like, we use the... it's not carriages. What the hell do they call it? Chariots. We use chariots. And then, like, she turns the tide of a battle by accidentally riding a horse into the battle. And then it's like, all right. And I just... Okay. The girl is so nothing. Okay. And, like, at first she's like, I gotta get back to my boyfriend. And then, like, in the 4th episode, she's like, I don't know, am I in love with this prince? Like, you're abandoning that boyfriend pretty quick. You've been here for 4 days. It's like interesting in that, like, okay, it's swords and sandals sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's not ancient Japan that she's in. It's not ancient Europe. It's, you know, it's Hittite stuff. You know, you don't see Hittite anime very often.
No. Got a nickel for every hit.
Yeah, but maybe it'll get better, and I just don't expect it to. I expect it to be pretty middle of the road, plays things safe, and doesn't do anything great. The horse seemed cool.
Cool.
They gave her the horse afterwards. They're like, here's a gift. And also, here's a sword. She's like, I don't want a horse and a sword. I'm like, damn it, yes, you do.
Who doesn't want a horse?
People want to kill you. Take the horse and the sword. Okay, that's Red River. Next on the list is Brock's Heroine Saint. No, I'm an all-works maid.
Okay, this became a surprise isekai at the very end of the first episode. It starts off with just this girl living in a country town and be like, oh, Mom, I want to be a maid like you used to. Because the mom was a maid for this high noble and then had an affair with said noble, but couldn't let her daughter grow up like that, so she left. And then it turns out, oh, well, you came from our world from a plane crash, and now this is isekai. Yeah, exactly.
What?
Yeah.
So who's in the plane crash?
The daughter that wants to become the maid.
She was in a plane crash.
Yes. She was originally from our world, was in a plane crash, and then
got transported to that world.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, so is her mom her adopted mom, or was her mom also from our world?
No, this mom is just from this world. Just so happened to.
So, okay, so the whole point about it being the mom, like...
was a maid, was just...
Well, sorry, go ahead.
The mom just being a maid was just part of this world, her backstory, and then just...
Okay.
All right.
But, sorry, so I thought you said that the mom got impregnated by the Lord.
Yes.
Okay, so is there another child, or did the child die and...
No.
Is it a miscarriage?
So for this part of the isekai, she goes into a game. Isekai? Yes. It's...
What?
The beginning, 2 episodes got really confusing.
So she got isekai and then got isekai again?
No, so she's isekai into a game world. Where the backstory of the hero and saint is she grew up from a mother that was a maid that got impregnated by her lord.
Okay. So it's more like a reincarnation isekai versus...
Yes.
Okay. So this is... Does she, all of a sudden get her memories and she was, an adult before? Or was she a baby in the plane crash?
No, she was, in her early 20s. That backstory was she was, a super genius and, got bored of everything, but then... her and her family went to a maid cafe, and she's like, oh, this maid is really cool. Learned everything about a maid, and was going to, England or somewhere to learn to be a maid in our world, and plane crash.
So she is the biological daughter
of this...
But she has the memories of this past life. Did these memories come about when she was, a small child or teenager?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so this is a pretty basic isekai premise, actually. And the world that she's in is based on a game.
Yes.
Okay, that she is, I'm assuming, familiar with?
Nope.
No, okay.
She's just nope. There are 2 other characters that got isekai'd with her in the plane crash that did play the game. Okay. And they are trying to, stop it, and they're like, oh, we gotta find this saint. But the saint just wants to be a maid and changed her appearance to just be a maid.
Gotcha.
And even...
Because it's pretty common for... a female-led isekai to be this character is familiar with the game and gets reincarnated into the game, but sometimes they are the villainess and they're the main one is I can't remember what it's called. I watched 2 or 3 seasons of it, but she's trying to avoid becoming the villainess and then therefore becomes somebody that everybody loves.
Yeah. She's just nope, I'm just here to be a maid. I found a family that lets me do all the work, and I'll use my power to clone myself to do all the work.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Also, I'm surprised. I guess the surprise isekai, you were it's a surprise isekai. I'm really? With a name like Heroine Saint? No, I'm an all-works maid? You thought that wasn't going to be an isekai? But I guess you thought it might be a real fantasy with how it started.
Yeah, with how it started. I'm oh, all right, cool. I guess it really was.
I mean, it's very easily to be this person who's supposed to be a saint doesn't want to be a saint, so she's becoming a maid.
Yeah. Which, I thought one of the shows that I watched was prime candidate for being isekai material and ended up not being. It's just a fantasy. So I could see where I take back my, really? You
Yeah.
didn't think that one was an isekai?
So yeah, the other two that got reincarnated became the prince and then high nobleman's daughter, and they're like, oh well, we gotta fix everything, beat the game. They're like, we just need to find the saint to be able to do it because she's the only one that can beat the Dark Lord. Completely ignoring the maid.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like a game that is based off of like a love simulator because there's supposed to be like 4 to 5 guys that the saint can
Love simulator.
fall in love, and then maid is just like
An Otome game?
Yeah.
Sorry.
But-
I just like love simulator. Like that's 3D porn is what a love simulator is. You're thinking of a dating sim
Dating
is
sim,
the
yeah,
word
that's
that
what-
you're looking for, or more specifically an Otome game where you're treated like a princess by a bunch of male suitors.
My favorite scene so far happened just with the latest episode. The noble woman that she's being a maid for is like, because of how great you are, I want to, try being a maid for a day. And her parents are there, and she's like, I'll bring tea to my parents, and then walked in on them doing husband and wife things.
You can say fucking, Brock.
I don't know how far you want to go with this.
I don't give a shit. We don't make money on this, so we can't be demonetized.
All right, yeah, she catch her parents fucking like, you gotta wait for us to respond when you knock on the door. Holy shit! And that was the end of the last episode. I'm like, all right, this is how this is going.
Blessing the ceremonial bed.
I wouldn't call this a good one of like, oh, you guys definitely know to watch it, but I'm like, do I want to finish this? I almost feel like I need to finish this just to know where this goes.
There's a lot of shows that I finished that I'm like, I did not need to finish that.
Yeah.
This is not my cup of tea, so
Yeah.
I will probably be skipping this one.
I
That
will
is
also
fair.
be skipping this one, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Brock. The one that you brought, I'm not.
I'm like,
It's a no for me, dog.
I should have went with one of my other ones and decided to watch instead.
All right, let's go to. It's me again. Surprise, surprise. I have the most solo watches, so it's me. I'm talking about Kaiju Girl Caramelise. I don't know what the Caramelise is for. That's not her name. But so I'm just gonna call it Kaiju Girl. Brock, what do you think Kaiju Girl is about?
I feel like it's about a girl that somehow becomes, in a sense, just Godzilla.
Yeah, that's it. So when her emotions get out of control, she starts to like grow a tail, or like her hands turn into claws, or like spikes will appear on her back, and she's like developed it started happening when she like told a boy she liked her when she was like 5. It never happened before, and then all of a sudden her hands were monster hands, and everybody was scared of her. And the doctors are like, I don't know what this is. So she's just kind of learned to cope with it. With her coping method in the first episode is to go to a bathroom stall, put on headphones, listen to heavy metal, and look at pancakes.
All right, right on.
Interesting.
I'm like, all right, I can get behind this coping method. But then, like, she starts to develop feelings for a cute boy in school that's genuinely nice to her. And she turns into a full Godzilla-sized kaiju. And hijinks ensue in that, and she gets too overwhelmed with her emotions. She goes full kaiju mode. There's a character that she thinks might be, like, the girlfriend of the cute boy, or close to him at least. And then it turns out it's like, no, I went and talked to him because he was right there by the kaiju, and I want to fuck that kaiju.
Jesus.
Wait,
And not fuck's not the word, but she's like dressed up like Mothra.
This is a Johnny,
This is a
Johnny show. Jesus Christ.
So
She's like, my parents work on kaiju movies, and kaiju movies are the only things that do it for me. I am in love with that kaiju. She doesn't use the word I want to fuck that kaiju.
So it's the other girl that's just like, that kaiju.
I am in love with that kaiju. He is my soulmate.
Not knowing it's the
Not
girl.
knowing it's
Is this
Okay.
accidental show?
And then, so there is a love triangle going on between the girl, the cute boy, and then the other girl who likes the kaiju form of it. of the girl. And the kaiju doesn't like kill anybody, but people are definitely freaked out by it.
I mean, yeah, suddenly you have kaiju in your city.
I swear to God, like the way how this boy hasn't quite noticed that it's her yet. It's like she's like half transformed when she's like locked in the gym equipment room or whatever. Like some mean girls that don't like that she's getting close to that boy lock her in the gym equipment room, and he goes to like open it up, and she's like, "Oh, I must look hideous." He's like, "It's dark in here. I can't." What are you talking about? And then like he turns on the light, and she's no longer transformed. She's like, she was ready to tell him right then and there, and she was the kaiju. And then like he looks away, and then all of a sudden she's full kaiju mode, and he's like, "Where did she go?" And I'm like, a part of me is like, I think he might know and just be like playing it cool until she's ready to tell him. But another part of me is like, no, there's definitely a possibility that he's just that dumb.
It's like, well, to be fair, going from your classmate to that's a giant monster. Mm-hmm. I hope he didn't. But like, squish her.
They go to basically Disneyland. And I guess there's a Disney dragon character that looks kind of like the kaiju. And she's like, on this date with him and freaking out and goes like half kaiju mode. So she's got claws and horns and a big ass tail. And like, but she's still wearing like clothes and hasn't fully transformed. She's still normal size. And he's like, "Oh, you really like that character and you're cosplaying in Disneyland. Okay, I get it." It's like, again, I'm wondering, does he know? And he's just trying to like play it cool and calm down the crowd. It's hard to say, because then there's also scenes where he's like, that kaiju looked at me. It's trying to tell me something, but I don't speak kaiju, so I don't know what the fuck it's saying. And it's like, so I guess he doesn't know. I don't know. I'm liking it. I'm having fun. Is it good? I don't know, but I think you should watch it.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those. I'm like, this looks interesting enough. Maybe I'll watch it.
The kaiju looks cool. Yeah. It's not the uncoolest part of it is that its giant back spike has like the heart shape on it, and it's like, but even that's not bad.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. And I'm all for this count. She's a dragon, basically. Godzilla's a dragon, so she's a dragon. I like dragons. Mm-hmm. So this one is a recommend.
I mean, you could just say, I like Godzilla.
I want to fuck a dragon, Brock. All right? I've said it before. I'll say it again. Dragons are real. I want to fuck one.
Well, you got to go to Australia and get a Komodo dragon. There you go.
That's bestiality.
Maybe you can find a Komodo dragon human hybrid, all right? Who knows what the scientists are coming up.
That's the product of bestiality.
It could be like gene splicing.
Yeah, maybe close enough.
Yeah, maybe close enough. Maybe.
There's a gray area there.
Again, my big caveat here is they have to be able to turn into a human. Or close to a human.
Okay.
I'm not, if it's too big that I can walk in there, then what's the point?
I just feel like you're not committed like Donkey was.
I'm not as committed as Donkey. You are right. Now, would I pursue a non-sexual romantic relationship with a dragon that couldn't turn into human form? Maybe. Probably.
He just doesn't want dragonborns to actually be a thing.
So would you be a cup to like a dragon couple?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be like, I get it. You're in heat. This is a dragon thing. You have fire. I get it.
Not all of them.
I'm just, if we're making shit up, then the one that I'm in a cuck relationship has fire.
So it has to be a fire dragon.
Doesn't have to be, but if we're making shit up.
In this scenario, it is a red dragon.
In this pretend scenario, I'm assuming the fire. Yeah. So, Kaiju Girl Caramelise. That one is a recommend.
Okay.
Shabs, you don't need to watch it, but you might have fun with it.
I'm not watching that.
You might have fun with it.
I'm not watching it with you.
That's fair.
I'm leaving the room when that comes up.
I'm not not masturbating to it. It doesn't do that for me. I just like that we're progressing this whole dragon and fucker like acceptance.
Okay.
All right.
I wouldn't say acceptance.
It's getting closer. There wasn't a dragon fucking show. Oh, that probably was a dragon fucking show 20 years ago.
It's called Shrek.
Yeah, but that wasn't a show.
That's true. It is a movie.
Movies are shows because they have showtimes.
Yeah. It's not movie times. It's showtimes.
All right, Shabs, you're talking about Goodbye, Lara. Speaking of monster fuckers.
All right. All right. So Goodbye, Lara. The first episode is basically just the Little Mermaid.
Okay.
She is, well, her name is Laura, but she's basically Ariel. She makes the deal with the sea witch, goes to land, falls in love with the prince.
All right. First question. Is the sea witch hot?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not Little Mermaid.
Yeah. But instead, she gets turned into a sea foam. So she, like, dies. But she is reincarnated.
Sorry, I gotta break out for a second. The original, like what Hans Christian Andersen, Little Mermaid, she does get turned back into sea foam.
I was talking about the movie, but
yeah.
But she is like reincarnated like 200 years later into modern times in Japan, and like the sea kingdom she's from, everybody has like gone into an eternal slumber because they like lost their power source or something. So then the only way to get it back is for her to find her true love again. So now she has to do a fish out of water and go to Japan and find her true love.
Tell me, is the true love's name Selsuke? Is this just...
No, but it might be a lady.
Do you think it's... Because I watched like an episode of this with you.
Mm.
Do you think it's going to end up being
my
boxing girl?
Theory right now is that she's going to like pursue... I don't know if they're brother or like a relative, but it's like a blonde hair guy who kind of looks like the prince who like rejected her the first time.
Okay.
So my guess is she might like try to lean into there, but towards the end she realizes, oh, I'm in love with the boxing girl that I'm friends with.
That you're staying with her.
Yeah.
And the boxing girl knows that she's a mermaid.
Yes.
And also knows that it's the witch is the little like fish that they have, right?
The sea witch is now the boxing girl's
Fish.
pet fish, yeah.
Okay.
But she can still talk, and the boxing girl can hear her talk.
So that is just Fairly Odd Parents meets Little Mermaid then.
Talking just
the witch can't
fish?
really.
Yes.
The witch doesn't really have powers right now. Her power has been like drained. She's just a talking fish right now.
Yeah, that's the only point I'm making.
She can't grant wishes. But it's pretty good. I'm excited. I'm interested in where it's gonna go. Yeah, I think I'd recommend it.
Okay. The art style looked nice too.
It does look nice.
It's kind of got that retro look to it.
Mm-hmm. I also like that this city is more of like a coastal city, so I think it looks really nice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Speaking of coast and older style art style, or that retro feel art style, we're going to talk about one of our shared animes now.
Okay.
Which is Draw This, Then Die. Which, again, I keep going back to this. Brock, what do you think Draw This, Then Die is about?
They're in a game show where they had to make drawings, and the loser dies.
No. Close. Isn't that completely wrong?
It's amazing how wrong you could be. Okay, so... This is... Can I tell the premise? Or do you want to tell the premise? Okay. So, Draw This, Then Die starts off with a young girl that wanders into a manga rental shop in her little, like, island hometown. Mm-hmm. And she rents this, basically indie manga. Yeah. And she, like, oh, this is awesome. And then she goes back and she rents another manga. And then, like, as years go by, she, like, has read every single manga in that shop, but she keeps going back to that first one. It's called, like, Pochita and Robot
Toe, yeah.
Something like that. Where it's, like, this, like, raccoon and a robot, I don't know, like, little...
land on Earth
slice
and he
of
tries
life.
to make friends and, like, learn what emotions are or something.
But she basically develops an imaginary friend that is the little raccoon character from that. Mm-hmm. And, she uses the advice that she's learned from manga and being, compelled by her imaginary friend to go and make real friends. And, she has this constant thought in the first episode of, like, what would a manga character do? A manga character would chase after that painting that's, rolling away. So I'm going to go and do that. And so she's just sort of like using her manga knowledge to contribute to her leading a successful life. So we cut in to her being in high school. And her teacher catches her with manga and is like, manga is a dead end. I'm going to confiscate this, return it to that shop, and
ban you from that shop.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell her to stop letting you read this because it's distracting from your studies. And she's like, damn. And then she sees online that the author of that manga, who hasn't been active in like 10 years, posts that, hey, I'm going to be at Kamita with a new book. And she's only ever released that one book of that. It's like, here is some side stories or whatever. So she's like, all right, I take the ferry into Tokyo. I can go there. Then I can like sleep in the ferry terminal until I like can take the overnight ferry back home. And nobody will know that I'm gone. I'll say that I'm at my friend's house. She goes to that and meets the author, and guess what? It's her teacher. Which I called. I most certainly called. And then, like, the teacher is like, wait a second. Like, puts on a mask. Was it a hat?
Hat and sunglasses.
Sunglasses, and he's like, sorry, I don't know who you're talking about. So she, like, begs the teacher to be like, can we start a manga club? And like one of her friends is like, yeah, let's start a manga club because the air conditioning at my place is broken and it's hot and I need a place to go to hang out after school. Yeah. And I'm fine with reading manga. And so she's like, you have to draw something, by Friday. And it's like, you have to make a manga by Friday before I'll cave to this. And so she makes a manga that is terribly drawn, and the story goes all over the damn place, and it's like
at one point Jesus Christ shows up.
No, at one point the little like character is like, I am the son of God. That's what and like blasts away the bad guy in like one page.
All right.
And it's like, and now back to fishing. And it's like, what the hell is going on? But it's incomprehensible, but she made it. She put pen to paper and she made it. So she's like, all right, you can start a manga club. You got to find a third member. Here's the form to fill it out. You have to find a third member and you got to find a place to host the club. She goes around to various other clubs. I mentioned before that she chased a painting that was like rolling away. The person who painted the painting is the sole member of the art club. And she like left her manga with her. Is like, let us, and she's, I don't know, for some reason she doesn't immediately go, you can use the art room. But she leaves the manga behind and she reads it and she's like, oh, I love these little like scribble guys or whatever, even though she knows it's bad, but she's like, I kind of want to draw this. And she's like, redraws the manga and it's much better. And so she comes back and it's like, I want to join the manga club. And they're like, okay. For whatever reason, they don't actually get to use the art school's club room. No, I think what it is, they work it out that they can do it at the manga rental shop.
Yeah.
The owner of the manga rental shop is an old friend of the teacher. And so they can use the upper floor there. So they've got 3 members now. They've got a manga club, and it's pretty good.
I really like this show.
We like when we get flashbacks to when the teacher was trying to be a manga author. There's some really powerful stuff in that episode. And then I like the other girl that came. And when she learns that the main girl has the imaginary manga friend, she's like, oh yeah, I'm imagining stuff all the time. And then all of a sudden, like, that cloud she was talking about earlier that looked like a dragon, we just see, like, oh, she's imagining that as a real dragon.
That's why he likes the show.
Another dragon fucker.
No, she's a teacher kisser though.
She did learn that the teacher. She's also a big fan of that one manga that the girl likes. And she's like, "Will you join the manga club?" And she's like, "Nah, but we can talk about manga again sometime if you want." And it's like, okay, but the author of that manga is the club advisor. And so she's like, "All right, I'll join it." And then the last episode that we watched ends with her being like, "Sensei," and then kisses her on the lips. And it's like, what the fuck? That's boundaries, girl. You gotta not do that.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so Draw This Then Die, I think
I would definitely recommend that one.
Uh-huh.
I like this. I really like this one.
I like where it's going. I like where it's at. I like where it's been.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, it's been.
okay. Next on our list, I have to find the one that I marked as number 8. Here we go. It's okay. So this will be the last shoujo, possibly. The next one is maybe a shoujo. I don't know. I'm still watching the current season of Ascendance of a Bookworm, like season 4. Okay. It continued from last season. It's fine. If you liked the first 3 seasons, it's more of the 3rd season. Because it kind of shifts in the 3rd season a bit. Not that any of the seasons are bad. Anyway, Ascendance of a Bookworm. Watching that. Now, this next one, I don't know if it counts as a shoujo, so maybe that was the end of shoujo summer, or maybe You and I Are Polar Opposites is the end of shoujo summer. This one is season 2, romantic comedy. The main character, I think, would still qualify as a girl, which is why it's sort of shoujo. It's sort of just romantic comedy, though.
Yeah.
And then I'm getting more of the season 1 basically starts with the main couple getting together, so not really a big spoiler, but we're getting more of the side couples in this. Kind of like more than the main couple. They feel more like first of all, they feel like they get more screen time and therefore more development. Versus like the main guy, I feel like hasn't had any development since halfway through season 1. But maybe I don't remember season 1 as well as I think I do. Mm-hmm. So You and I Are Polar Opposites. I like it. If you're looking for a rom-com, it's solid stuff. It's not too generic and bad, but it's nothing to write home about. It's not like you're getting into anime, you should watch this. Like, nah. Anyway, so end of shoujo summer right there. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ahead and transition to this, just capping up the rest of the continuing season shows that I watched. Okay. So, the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, season 3?
Yeah.
I think is on. It's fine. It's more ridiculous antics. It's more, what's the next girl going to be? So far we've got new teacher that is like overly American cowboy dress, but is actually very bad at speaking English and is comes from a traditional Japanese family and got disowned because she loves America so much.
Hell yeah!
If you've ever seen the manga strip of like a blonde anime girl like hesitantly raising the middle finger and going "Baka you," that's that girl. It is literally that character. That is from this manga. And then there's his cousin that he had never met until now, that his uncle really wants him to date because he saved his uncle's life from like a truck that almost hit him. And the uncle is probably more of a fun character because he keeps basically getting hit by trucks.
He is trying to get isekai. The world's like, Truck-kun, go!
No, he's not trying to, but the world is trying to get it to happen. He's like late for something, and they're like, what happens? Like, I was almost hit by a truck. It's like, okay. Or maybe he possibly was grazed by a truck. Anyway, I think there's also, because they sometimes, the first episode, they'll just like have something that happens in the middle of the season, and then all of a sudden the narrator will be like, wait a minute, are we sure that we're supposed to be seeing these characters? We haven't met these ones yet. And it's like, the budget committee decided this one should come first. But I think there's a really tall girl, like 7 or 8 feet tall. She's coming up. The towers over them. So I'm excited for that one. I don't think there's any other ones from this season.
We talked about it. Did I ever make you rank those girlfriends yet?
I think I probably did whenever we talked about it last time. I would need to have a list. Okay. And I would need to not just have the list be their names.
I guess I would say, of the ones introduced, have any of them, like, top tier?
I think I like the tsundere. The normal tsundere, not the masochist tsundere. Sorry, she's not really a tsundere, but she...
No, I don't care about old characters. New characters.
New characters.
Introduced this season.
No, I don't. No, I don't care for the teacher. I don't care for the cousin. They're both sort of whatever. Okay. The teacher's stick is annoying because she's just talking in really bad, broken English all the time, and the other girl, her shtick is that she wants everything to be like nice and orderly, which then which she's introduced to the rest of the family, as they call themselves. She's like trying to fix all of the things that make them, and she has to learn her lesson. It's like, that's a little annoying. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, she's like, whatever. Gotcha. She's there. She's got glasses. Ooh. But she's also like 3 years younger than him. But maybe, I don't know, I'm putting all my chips in on tall girl.
Okay.
Okay. So that was 100 Girlfriends. Okay. I'm watching Trapped in a Dating Sim. It's like The World is Tough for Mobs Season 2, something like that. The premise of Season 1 was kind of interesting as far as like isekai into an Otome game goes. And that the main character is a nobody. He's not reincarnated as one of the main characters of the game that it's from. But he like uses his knowledge of the game to get rich, because men are second class citizens in this world.
All right.
All right.
And so he's like, my family hates me, so I'm gonna go and have to like make my own fortune. And then all the stuff that's supposed to be happening he befriends the villainess character, and like starts to see like, oh, this is why she acted like this in the game. And then she also befriends the main character. And the main character and the villainess are normally enemies, except something's gone wrong. And there is somebody else triggering all the flags that the main character normally triggers. And it turns out that person was also isekai'd in this world. And it's sort of set up like a versus. Like, they're like trying to counteract each other's plots, which I thought was a genuinely like interesting take on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I like the villainess and the main character, and the main character of the game, and then the main character of the show. I like their friendship that develops between the three of them. Season 2 is less of them at odds with each other. They've sort of made peace. It's also, if not outright stated, then very heavily implied that they were brother and sister in our world. But they don't know that. Why would they know that? It's not like they go by their real names. They go by, because it was a reincarnated thing. So they are, they were born as babies into the world. So yeah, I really like the first season. I don't think it's something I can recommend to people per se, unless you like the isekai genre. I think this one is higher up there in it. I'm hoping the second season is good as the first. Who knows? Maybe it will be. Maybe it won't. Maybe it will be absolute dog shit. They changed art styles because a different studio bought it.
Oh, yeah?
I think people like the newer art style, but it's whatever. I don't remember what the other one looked like to compare it, but okay. Don't want to spend too much time there. The last one that of my continuing shows that I'm watching is Slime. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Season 4 or 5 is still going on. It's better than season 3 was still. Season 3 was Meetings, the anime. This one is not suffering that same fate. Okay. So after that, sorry, went on a big stint there. Let's talk about Ghost in the Shell 2026.
Okay.
This is on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
So all the things we've talked about so far have been on Crunchyroll.
Correct.
But this is Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let you take the reins for a little bit here.
Okay.
I can take them back.
What do you say? It's Ghost in the Shell. It is different though. Again, I think it's more being based on the manga, not the movie, which makes sense. But
the movie was also theoretically based on the
Yeah.
manga. Like, they're still, like, setting up Puppet Master stuff.
uh-huh.
And they have the scene where, of course they have the scene where she's falling down from the
Yeah.
skyscraper and she, goes into the invisible mode. They have the sequence with the garbage truck hackers.
It is
and
different from the movie though, but it is that scene.
It's just but more fleshed out. Sort
Kind
of.
of.
Yeah, but it's different.
The biggest thing about this show is it's a lot more comedic
Yes.
than the
Okay.
movie.
It's a lot
The
more
movie was
comedic.
this, like, serious cyberpunk kind of sci-fi thriller.
Mhm.
This is more sci-fi comedy.
The other
It
big
has
thing
the-
is the Major feels more fleshed out as a character, which isn't doing a
Mhm.
disservice, but the Major is very much like stoic in the movie,
Yes.
but like philosophical. And I think part of that is I always watch this movie dubbed, Ghost in the Shell, because it is. I really, really like the dub. The one complaint people have is that the voice of the Major does sound kind of like monotone a lot, but I actually find it really soothing and fitting for the Major to be kind of removed from everything, because she's like, I don't even know if I'm real.
Yeah.
I could think that I have a brain inside this shell. I could think that there's a ghost in this shell, or I could be programmed to think that there's a ghost in this shell. Yeah. And I could be wrong there. And I find her voice haunting, which I think adds to the ambiance of the movie. But I recognize that, yes, it is a very monotone, and that performance does not work for everybody. Whereas the Major is very emotive in this, and constantly getting up to hijinks with other sexy ladies, which I'm for.
Yeah. I'd say for me, it was it took me a little bit to get into the vibe of the show. I was really expecting more of the tone from the movie, but it's definitely not that, so it took me a little bit to get into it.
Yeah. Did you ever watch did you watch Ghost in the Shell 2 Innocence?
No. I've only watched Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell 2
original.
Innocence is also good. It's not totemic
Yeah.
like Ghost in the Shell is, but it is interesting, and it follows Bato. The Major is sort of in it.
Okay.
But it follows Bato, and it's another like surreal. It's a little bit more surreal.
Yeah.
Too. It goes.
This
into,
one is the show's procedural almost.
Yeah, at least at this point.
Yeah, at this point, it's very much this crime has happened. Now we gotta catch the bad guy, or
Now-
like figure out what's happening.
Now the show also introduces the Tachikomas.
Okay.
Do you know what the Tachikomas are, Brock?
I don't remember what they were.
Did you watch? They're not in the movie.
Okay.
Not
then-
really. Did you watch Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex?
No.
Okay. So Tachikomas, do you remember in the movie there's that like kind of like spider tank looking thing?
Yeah.
So Tachikomas are little spider tanks with AIs in them. So they have like personalities. But their like personalities are like childish.
Okay.
And they're definitely like used as comedic relief in both Standalone Complex and in this. And I'm not a big fan of them.
Kind of like the
I like the
Star Wars
action
Clone
they have
Wars
them with,
droids.
but yeah.
You like the what? The action scenes with
yeah.
them? Yeah. It's just like, okay, when you introduce like the impenetrable tanks that can like go around the city like Spider-Man, like it's, I don't know, the action could be fun, but it's not as grounded then. I don't know. They kind of like are a little off kilter. They fit more in this show than they do in Standalone Complex.
For sure.
Standalone Complex I never actually finished. I really should. I own it. But I never finished it. But it kind of threads that line of like, okay, what the Major is dealing with is still serious, But then we cut to the Tachikomas for like 10 minutes, and they're just up to hijinks, and you're like, I don't.
They're talking about revolution.
The robot uprising,
Yeah.
and then they're like,
Nah,
but
that's
then
too
who
much
will?
work.
It's too much work. The humans are already providing us with oil. What?
Yeah.
and maintenance on us. Why would we need to conquer them? Anyway, I don't know. They take me out of it a little bit, but they do fit better in this show, which is more.
So I get do you like the show?
I do.
Okay.
I'm like, I should really actually watch Standalone Complex and Ghost in the Shell Rise, which are more serious takes on the show.
Yeah, again, just basing on the Ghost in the Shell that I watched, I wasn't really vibing with it, but as I'm going, I'm liking it more.
Mm-hmm. I think the last episode we watched, which we watched today, was episode 4?
It's 4 or 5,
something like that. Was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I like Bato as much in the show. He's a little more like of an asshole in this show. But I mean, again, they're trying to like give everybody more pronounced personalities. Mm-hmm. So,
I'd still recommend it though.
Yeah,
art style's really good too. I mean, it's Science Saru, so.
Well, yeah, but it's also it's not the Ghost of the Shell art style of the movie. It's Science Saru art style, which is pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that one's a Brock. You should watch that one. So.
I didn't know it was a thing.
You didn't know it was a thing?
Yeah. It is on Amazon, so you do have to watch it on Amazon.
No, that's fine. My brother has Amazon. I can do that.
All right. Okay, so this time it's you guys' turn to talk to me about Demons of the Shadow Realm, or Daemons of the Shadow Realm.
Okay. So how caught up are you?
I should be all the way caught up. I mean, I don't want to say necessarily it's a spoiler, but his friend from the village came and we found out all that, and he got captured. Yes, he got captured by the swordsman.
Okay, got it. So you are caught up.
Yeah.
I think this show's fine. I really want to like this show a lot. It's just a little boring for me. It hasn't popped off yet.
Yeah, I can see where at times it gets really boring and almost kind of repetitive.
It is, yeah. I think this is my biggest issue is it's too repetitive. They just keep pointing out that the parents are missing and that they have break and seal and all that stuff. I'm just like, I don't care.
And
advance the story.
Like the last 3 or so episodes are like, oh, you gotta die to get this power. Yeah, we get it. He has to die, but who really wants to just die? I do like that all the demons the pairs of demons each have their own special powers and they interact in a unique way. Like the older son of the clan that's just a manga artist has the power to draw and kind of make matter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so each people can own demons. But demons come in pairs, basically.
Yeah.
So they have 2 demons, and they usually do, like, opposite effects.
One's push, one's pull.
Basically.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an example.
I mean, there's the guy with the fish. One guy's got, like, a giant anglerfish. He can eat and swallow things, and the other one can spit out. So he holds, like, a bunch of weapons in there, and he can just easily pull out a gun, a sword, a machete whenever he needs to, or the people that they've captured.
And I think one has like the rabbit and the tortoise. So like the rabbit's super fast and it's like hard to hit, and the tortoise is just keeps you in place. Like once he like lays on you, you can't get out. Something like that.
But then you also just have the pair of teeth that's just upper and lower jaw, and that's it. They just chomp people.
Mm-hmm. I like. We need more. We need more chompy.
Yeah,
I like chompy. But
because we just found out why the old man is the badass, because he just has a bunch of demons.
Yeah, this guy apparently has like not hundreds, but like dozens of
hundreds of demons.
But I like not everyone can see the demons, and they're just the old man is fighting these other people, and you see a guard that just sees him shadowboxing, and he calls corporate like, "Hey, I'm hallucinating. I need some days off. I just see an old man breaking the building by shadowboxing. Get back to work. We don't need to fucking...
There's no time off for hallucinations. This is Japan.
Yeah, they're like...
There is no time off. You will be fired if you take PTO. You have PTO, because that is what we use to entice new hires, but you are not allowed to take it.
Yeah.
Which is a plot point in the live-action remake/sequel of Whisper of the Heart.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I want to use my PTO to go to Italy to see this boy. Yeah. And they're like, if you use your PTO, you're through. You're raking us over the coals, and you're fucking us in the ass if you take your PTO. Because we're in crunch, and guess what? We're always in crunch, because they only employ 3 of us.
Yeah. And it's kind of disappointing that it is the person that made Full Metal Alchemist. And it took me, watching my brother, and I was only a few episodes in. I'm like, oh man, the brother looks so much like Alpha. And she's like, yeah, because it's the same art. I'm like, I didn't know that.
Same face syndrome there. But
I'm like, it's the hairstyle. I'm like, man, this looks so familiar.
But yeah, I'm not really vibing with it. I don't think you need to watch it. I am going to keep watching though, because I think it'll eventually it'll hit, but it's not worth the wait right now.
Okay, and that's disappointing because I wanted to get into that show eventually, but maybe when it's all out.
I think if you like shonen shows, you probably will like it, but
which I've dabbled. I've dabbled in shonen,
but definitely doesn't have the same kind of hook like Full Metal had when you first watched it.
All right,
that was Demons of the Shadow Realm.
Back to my turn then. I'm talking about. Oh boy, was I wrong about her? What do you think? What do you think he thought about her, Brock? And how was it wrong?
He sees this scary lady and he thinks she's horrible, and then it's like, oh wait, she's actually really nice. I was wrong about her.
Nope.
All right.
That would be one episode.
It's a classic. It was a classic Tomo-chan in that he just assumed his childhood friend was a boy.
Okay, it's
then
that one.
She moves away, and then he moves to the big city, and he's sitting next to somebody that has the same last name as his childhood friend. What a coincidence. I bet my friend would hit on her and fail. That would be funny. And then it's like episode 2, or no, it's I think later that episode. It's just very much like, oh, why are you hitting on this girl out here? It's like, she reminded me of my old neighbor's sheep. It's like, yes, old Gen's sheep was like that girl. And they're like, wait, you know old Gen? It's like, yeah, it's me, bud. Whereas I don't think it's going to be as good as Tomo-chan as a girl, because Tomo-chan as a girl is great.
Great, yes.
But I think it's got legs to stand on here. Now, I could be wrong about this. I thought last season when I was watching a bunch of shows, and there's 3 shows with a similar premise to each other that were all nerdy guy, popular girl sort of romances. Right. And I'm like, this one's probably the best of these 3. And then I'm like, oh no, this one is absolute nothing burger. That dog shit, it's nothing burger. It's not disgusting by any means, but it does not do anything for you. But so maybe this will turn out to be that. But I'm liking this one so far. They don't drag out the he doesn't realize it's her sort of thing. Mm-hmm. They do they do drag out his little sister learning it for a little bit, but then she's learned it too now. And it's not necessarily that thing of oh, well, now she's really girly and she wants a romantic relationship with him. It is she is putting on a facade of being girly and does not know how to be girly because she wants to play video games. And
I have a show for her.
and talk about game development instead of high school dramas and all that. So when they hang out, it's oh yeah, they're
hanging
playing video games and hanging out, and it feels like they're actual friends. Yeah, I think she does like him, but there's also some stuff going on of and he notices this early. It's she's always buying lunch, and then he goes, and her parents are never home when I'm over there, And then he goes into her kitchen one time and it's just filled with like bags of takeout trash. It's like, all right, you're going to eat supper with me and my sister because I will actually cook food. So I'm liking it so far. Oh boy, was I wrong about her. It'll probably be a 7.
Okay.
Probably won't be an 8, but it'll probably be a 7. Next on the list, anime number 16 here is Love Unseen Beneath the Clear Night Sky.
Ooh.
And again, I have to ask Brock, what do you think this show is?
Love Unseen Beneath the Clear Night Sky.
I feel like it has to deal with a moon spirit, but I'm not quite sure.
Go with your thoughts. Just keep rolling.
Go with your gut. Yes, and...
But I don't know where it can go. That's just the vibe.
Think about each word. So love. You got the... What do you think the love part is?
But clearly it's going to be a mortal loving, but I just don't know if it's going to be a girl or a guy that falls in love with the moon spirit under the clear night sky.
Okay, so you think somebody falls in love with a moon spirit.
Okay.
And the moon spirit part is the clear night sky. What do you think the unseen is?
No one's allowed to know.
Just not even the lover. Okay, so here's what I'm hearing. You got a guy that keeps looking at the moon and getting turned on, and he doesn't tell anybody.
Yes.
All right. Well, that is amazing.
Lee wrong.
Wrong.
I gotta write that down.
Okay.
Show idea.
Guy wants to fuck moon.
So Love Unseen Beneath the Clear
Sokka.
Night Sky is a college-age romance where the girl is blind.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think the Clear Night Sky part is because even though she's blind, she remembers and really likes fireworks. Like the last episode, they went on a quote-unquote date to go buy a bunch of fireworks.
Yes.
So as a kid, she watched too many fireworks.
No, she even said like her fondness for fireworks grew after she went blind.
No.
She's seen fireworks.
She's seen fireworks. She remembers them. But she's like, no, I'm really into them now.
Yeah.
I'm really into just that loud noises guy.
I think the fireworks part is my least favorite part of this show.
Well, that's because you and I don't like fireworks.
We don't like fireworks. We're like, what are you talking about?
You can't even see them. You're hearing them, and you like being in the crowd.
And you like the smell? The smell's the worst part of it.
No, I can understand the smell.
No, I don't like the smell of fireworks.
I get not liking the smell, but that's like, I don't know. People like the smell of gasoline.
I guess.
And gasoline is one of those that like, I can see why people like this, but it's not for me.
I know. I can't see why people like that.
Anyways, what do you think of the show, Johnny?
I really like this show.
I do too. I like this one.
This one is probably I think of the 3 that we're watching, I don't know, the 3 that we're watching together, which this is the last one that you and I watched together that Brock hasn't also watched.
Okay.
It's probably the worst one, but it's probably better than most of the shows that I am watching. So don't.
Okay.
There's technically 4 shows that you and I are watching together, but Brock is also watching one of them. Yeah. I'm not putting that one in the count because that one's actually probably worse.
Gotcha.
But of the 3 that just you and I have seen, it's probably the worst one. Ghost in the Shell is just so different.
Yeah,
that it feels like it should be its own it's not the same type of show, so it's hard to compare them. And then Draw This Then Die, I think, is just. I think it's got more staying power.
It's more fun.
Yes.
This one is just straight romance. I think the biggest problem right now is just the main character is a little dull. The main boy.
Yeah. Now
I really like the girl.
What I like about the main boy is that he has a realistic approach to, I don't know how to deal with somebody with a disability. Yeah. Like, do I not talk about it ever? Do I try to do everything for them? What is the balance, that I won't insult them, but also I won't endanger them? And he's trying to find that balance. And I've had thoughts about that where I'm like, what is, how do I deal with this? And a friend of mine from way back in high school, I don't want to say his name, but he has Huntington's disease. And he is like losing, basically his brain is rotting away and he's losing motor skills and he will die very young. He probably won't make it to 40. I don't know that for sure. God hope that doesn't happen. But I'm like, I don't know how to deal with this. And also, he's got a very abrasive personality. He always had, but now it's kind of like confused and jumbled up. And it's like, I don't know how to always deal with that. And he doesn't live in this state anymore. He's living in a group home with other people. One of his brothers has the same disease. And other people in this group home are, I guess, similar situations. But he's in a wheelchair now, which I didn't know until he texted me that he was back in his wheelchair. And I'm like, okay. And I just don't know what the right boundaries are, and I don't know how to approach that subject. And this main character is having those same thoughts. Mm-hmm. Now, it's a bit of a different story in that it's not at least as far as the show has shown so far, it's not like she's going to die sometime soon. There might have been a hint.
They've been giving some
flags. Yeah. But I understand that plight and the awkwardness around how do I deal with this? So I don't know. I guess I appreciate that I feel like it is doing a good job of showing that nuance instead of being overly cheerful about positivity will power through. And it's but he's also I guess doing a good job of
my
he
thing
is capable.
I think he's getting a little bit too much into his head on some things.
No, most certainly. But I feel like that's normal.
That part where she drops her can. It's oh, do I pick this up or I just ignore it? It's no, pick it up. What are you doing?
Be
he's do I want to keep befriending this person? Okay. And if his roommate's you like that girl, right? He's I don't know how.
I like spending time with her, I guess is what he said.
And I'm too scared to contemplate a romantic relationship because it sounds really fucking hard.
Oh, his biggest problem is he took a Psych 101 class, so now he's all in his head.
He's that hasn't come up since episode 2.
That's true. I just thought it was funny. Oh, he's taking a psych class. This is going to go nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, he's I'm sure my heart is just beating fast because of this
syndrome that I learned about.
What do they call it? Not covered bridge, rope bridge syndrome or whatever, where
something bridge,
fear, suspension bridge syndrome, where fear can get conflated with romantic feelings because it makes your heart beat. Both of them can do that. And then there's also when you're just familiar with somebody, it's repetitiveness. It can so he's maybe it's just one of those things. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I feel there are other shows that try to do this cautious, because he's taking a very cautious approach to this. And I complained last season about season 2 of The Angel Next Door spoils me rotten. Have you seen that show, Brock?
It sounds really familiar, but I don't think I have.
I never finished it. I keep thinking I'll do it one of these days, and I keep seeing episode 8 in Crunchyroll next list, and I'm not today. And it's that season 1 was fine. It was actually good, and a lot of people liked it. Season 2 is way too much of oh, I went the teensiest bit too far. Not too far, but she got taken aback by a moment. So now I'm going to take 5 steps back.
Yeah. Because
she hesitated for a moment when I went to kiss her neck or something, and it's and then they just have so many conversations of no, you can go a little bit further. No, I'm fine. It's well, let's call it a day for now, and it's oh my God, she is fine with it. It's okay if she hesitates, and it's okay if you ask, but you don't have to then stop.
Yeah.
Because you're scared that you'll go too far. It's obviously you won't because
you're afraid you will. It's
and it's like it's so boring and so like trying too hard to be careful.
Yeah.
Not teasing.
Yeah,
it's just it's trying too hard to be careful that it loses all the spice. Mm-hmm. It's like, yes, you did not get any. Sorry. Now I'm just reminded of when we were at trivia and Bradley's friend. I was trying to not say names, but somebody's friend. I've already said our friend Bradley's friend. They were at Walmart together. And some old guy said, they're putting salmonella in the eggs now. And it's like, you've done a very good job of making sure that there's no salmonella in this dish. But also it's white rice. And it is nothing. You washed all the flavor off of the lettuce as well. So now you won't get the diarrhea epidemic that's going on here. Anyway. It's like, so maybe the show will do that. But I think it's balancing that. It's being careful without being so fucking boring.
No, there's advancements.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay. So that's Love Unseen Beneath the Clear Night Sky. Next on the list is one of mine. The Frontier Lord begins with 0 subjects. This show is fine. I have a few gripes with it beyond just that it's generic fantasy stuff. This show I thought would be an isekai. It's not. It's just a fantasy.
Okay, because that's where I'm like,
there's like the portrayal of masculinity. I don't know if it's toxic yet in this. So like he is living on this frontier where it's just like open plains, hard living. There's not like very many natural resources. There's no farms around. And he's living next to this tribe of nomads that are, they're Onis, they got horns or whatever. And they value like masculinity above all else, which I guess I get because it's hard living and you need to be able to provide. Yeah. So like he's like, don't like, good looks or, being smart or being not, doesn't any of that matter as well? And it's like, if he can't put food on the table,
doesn't matter.
Which like I get in that world, like sure that's the outcome that they have, but also when you view it through our lens of today, where it's like that is not all that matters. Like you do not have to be a big fearsome hunter that can take down 50 bison or whatever with your axe alone.
But when you have no idea where your next meal is, it's like, well, that is the best thing.
So, and they're like, this girl, and I use the word girl, even though the clan chief says she's a full-grown woman before we learn her age, is like, oh, yep, this dude slaughtered a bunch of guys, so now I'm like less, like, she kind of had a little bit of a tsundere thing going on in the very first, and now she's like, oh, now my opinion of you has risen because you brought home this giant wildebeest or whatever monster. Oh, you went and slayed that earth dragon turtle thing by yourself? I'm going to marry you. And then he's like,
no.
Can we just be engaged? She's like, we don't do that. And then he's like, wait, you're 15? We'd have to be engaged for like 3 years. And then it's like, nah, you're at your wedding feast. He's like, am I? And it's like, there are like, it's inklings of these little like troublesome things. And I'm like, I don't know if this is just naive about how some of these things feel, or if it is like legitimately like, manosphere bullshit. Like,
I mean, yeah, it's like thinking about real life where, reading about what they used to do and be like, oh, they're 13. Well, you got to get married. It's like, that's still a child. That's not really.
A 20-year-old is still a child. Like, it's.
But then when you remember they normally die a lot younger. It's like,
well, okay. I need to put this to bed.
Yeah, because
the infant mortality rate is very, very high, which means a lot of people die before they turn like 18 or 20. Yeah. But once they've grown to that age, their immune system is a lot better. They will live to be like 70 and 80. You know, it's not like I hate that thing where people are like 40, really... you must be an old man. It's like no.
Yeah,
they might be a little bit rougher because they, you know, live a harsher life, but like people will still live to be 70, 80, 90 in rare cases. You know, like it is definitely our life expectancy has gone up, but it's the fact that people think, well, the average age of death was 30. It's like, well, that's because there's like
they have like
3 times as many zero death died at age 0 than died at age 60 or whatever. But there's still people that grow up into regular. So I hate that, and I appreciate you for giving me this chance to just go off about this.
Yeah, no, I agree with that because it's like after I heard that, I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's stupid, but you know.
But it is a harsher life, and so like I can forgive it. But if I feel like if it keeps kind of pressing this point, then I think it can't be naive at that point. Like I can forgive so much for being naive and trying to be a little bit realistic on these things, but also it's a fantasy world where he slayed a dragon by himself with an axe. Yeah.
I'm kind of in the sense of like when it still shows I'm like I'll forgive it a little bit, but then it's also like I said, like from modern day, this is so weird.
And so you put it through that lens, and it's like this is a little toxic.
Yeah.
So that's The Frontier Lord Begins with 0 subjects. Other than those like gripes that I have, it's fine. Like a 6 at best. So you do not need to watch it, Ben. In fact, I'm assuming you knew that, and which is why you left the room to go get a glass of water in the middle of me and Brock talking about it.
Like I saw 1 or 2 episodes of this. I'm good. I don't need to hear about this. I already know it's a no, dog. I'm not watching it.
All right. So, speaking of nomadic tribes, next up is your show. Is it Jaadugar, a witch in Mongolia?
Sure. I would say Jaadugar.
Jaadugar?
Jaadugar.
Okay. How's it spelled?
J-A.
Oh, it's A. Okay.
A. D-U-G-A-R. Anyways, so this starts out in would be Persian Empire? Yeah, I think they say Persian. This girl is basically sold into slavery to this lady, but the lady is nice, and they like teach her how to read and write. And then eventually they are raided and captured by the Mongols via Genghis Khan. It's Mongols, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, those are the Mongols.
Yeah. So they
not Attila the Hun, but Genghis Khan.
Yes. It's technically his son, but that's that tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But she is captured. Her owner is killed saving her. She like jumps in front of a blade for her, or a sword. And she is taken as captive. She eventually becomes a slave to their tribe. The tribe steals the Elements book, like a book about sciences that they owned, because they were like scholars, so they had a lot of very famous books. One of the tribesmen steals it, and then she basically becomes the servant to that guy's wife, because that wife wants to have somebody read that book to her. And her secret plot is to basically steal that book so that to avenge her former owner.
Yeah.
And it's just her kind of growing into this tribe, and it's really good. I don't know how historically accurate it is, but it's kind of a...
Okay, because when I first read the description, I thought it was going to be like an isekai.
No. It's just a historical drama, basically.
Oh,
it's got a very cute art style.
Yes, yeah. I really like the art style. But yeah, that's kind of it. I'm really liking it. Recently, she has been told to become the spy for her new owner, because like her owner's husband was supposed to become the new king, whatever they call him.
Chief.
But his other brother got appointed instead, so now she wants her to keep track of tabs on that guy.
It's another spy anime.
Kind of a spy anime.
Well,
but it goes terribly wrong, and now she's the owner, or she's like being, I guess, owned. I don't know how their system works, but she's now working with the like lesser of all of his wives. Mm-hmm. He has like 5 wives, and she's like the least liked.
Okay,
but she's with her now. It's kind of hard to explain because it's all like history of stuff and nomadic tribes. I don't know. I can't explain it very well, but it is really good. I like it.
I figured that would be the one that you're like, this one is really good. Because there was again, talking about this, you're like, some of the ones I'm watching, one of them is pretty bad and one of them is really good. And I figured that it would be Girls Don't Play Fighting Games would be the bad one, and that this one would be the one that you thought was really good.
Yeah.
Just judging off of name and art style.
Yeah. I think this one's also I think this one's Science Saru as well. Okay. I could be wrong about that though.
It's definitely, again, got that sort of vibe that they go for though. Mm-hmm. Okay, next up on our list is The Cat and the Dragon. Now, Brock, you looked into watching this one.
Yes.
But what do you think The Cat and the Dragon is about?
Well, I know it's about a dragon that like gets not necessarily, but like sort of becomes the like pet or like guardian to this cat wizard family. Is what I got from like the description.
Can I guess?
Yeah, you can guess.
I think it's just a dragon and a cat just being friends.
Cat. So Brock is closer because he looked into it.
Yeah.
The first episode, a dragon lays an egg, buries it in like a cave and like a mound, and then scorches the mound to kind of warm it up like an oven, and then gets killed. Oh. And then a magical cat, Kate Sith is the term that they use for that monster type, but it's basically a cat that can use magic. Goes and finds this cave. And it's like, oh, this cave is warm. This is a good place to give birth to my newest litter of kittens. And then, so she gives birth to 3 kittens. And then also the dragon age hatches. She's like, oh, there's another little guy here. Well, this isn't the first like monster that I've raised as my own child.
Okay.
So, I'll raise this dragon as well and teach it how to use magic. And so she raises the kittens, and they're about 2 years old. The dragon develops a little bit slower than the kittens do, but all of a sudden the mom cat gets summoned by like a human summoning spell summons a Kate Sith, and it happens to be her. So she's like, you guys know how to hunt, you can use the magic, even the dragon has got like his flames that he can use. You guys, I believe you can do this. If anybody smells like me, that's our family, help other cats that come along. And then, disappears from their life. Well, dragon grows up, and then because Kate Sith, like, fur and skin can be used for, like, magical properties, a bunch of, like, human adventurers kill a bunch of cats in the forest. So he is like, all right, fuck the humans. I'm gonna go wreck some shit. And then, like, he sees, like, a little cat in town, like, stand up like to try to like protect a child or whatever, and he's like, all right, my mom said that some humans are good, so I'm just gonna issue a warning, don't fuck with the cats or I'm gonna come fuck your shit up. And then like so then he basically becomes the
guardian,
the uncle dragon, or the scaly uncle, the flying uncle or something like that. They don't use the word dragon very often. It takes him a while to realize that he is a dragon.
So I'm like, man, I'm just really big compared to my brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I think they call him like winged uncle or something like that. But he basically, like, other cats approach and are like, hey, can I, like, you're like my little brother because we have the same mom. Can I like give birth to my kittens here? And he's like, yeah. And so he basically, is like takes part in teaching them how to use magic and how to hunt and be a good magical cat that lives in the forest. And And some cats are like, I'm going to go befriend a human. One specific cat goes and, like, befriends the prince who is struggling to learn magic, even though he comes from a family of powerful magic users. And the cat's like, I want to teach this boy magic. And the dragon's like, fine, but be careful. So it's like generations pass. And then at the very end of the episode, like, all right, he comes to an agreement with the king that, if cats wants to live, magical cats want to go live in the city, then they will. And the king is like, all right, in this city, nobody kills cats. We're all friends with cats. Some cats that, they choose once they turn 2 and they've passed their hunting courses and, released in the world. Some of them go become city cats. Some live in the forest. Some go elsewhere or whatever. And then it's like, and generations pass where cats just keep going to the line. And it's like, okay, so this whole first episode covers generations. And it's like, so it's not like honing in on this prince and this cat's friendship or the dragon having to like deal. It's like, okay, so the second episode, we see the results of the summoning. The Kate Sith gets summoned by a young girl in a magic school and as like a familiar. And she's like, all right, I'm a big mama cat. You're my newest baby. I will train you in the ways of magic.
Don't worry, human. You are now my baby. I will train you.
And like, so she just like starts and befriends like a professor at the school, and is learning how to read, and she evolves into a cat that'll live longer. And then like a demon gets accidentally summoned in the familiar spot, and they go in and see it, and the demon is like, Mom, what are you doing here? To the cat. It's like, oh, it's good to see you again, son. You should be a nice boy and, help these people out. It's like, well, I came here to close this portal to hell that they opened accidentally. It's like, nah, leave it open. It's a good learning experience. They can go and train to use magic in the dungeon. So now, like, the demon is a professor at the school. And
all right.
And like, and then again, years pass, and it's like, it's a new generation, and they're like, we got a new teacher, and it's this powerful lightning ice mage, because the cats taught her lightning magic, and it's like, oh, that's that girl. So again, several years, it's like, we're not going to focus in on this girl and the cat's relationship either. And like, each episode, it's like an anthology of like, okay, you get introduced to...
It's like in the blink of an eye.
Kind of. But each episode is... The dragon... And the cat, one of them is almost always there. The cat mom or the dragon is, they're pretty much in each episode. I think the dragon shows up more, but if the dragon's not in it, then the cat mom is.
Now, at any point, does the dragon turn into like a cat to like...
Yes, he magically takes the form of a winged cat.
Okay. And does the demon ever do that? I'm now also interested in
this demon. Yes, the demon does
that.
that. And when some students get to the bottom of the dungeon... And they, like, see the demon professor there. It's like, I was told that we'd get to see him in cat form. He's like, fine, I'll go in cat form.
I'm now just hoping for some other things that just haven't been raised.
It's implied that there's more.
Yes, that's all. I'm going to watch this just to be like, all right, what else turns into a cat?
It doesn't, like, none of the characters outstay their welcome. Because, like I said, it's an anthology. So it's like, this one covers, like, these cats were like, this brood of like 5 cats. They were the most ambitious in their like training to learn how to hunt. That they went off, they made a plan. They went off and killed a bear, like a magical bear, not just a regular bear. And the dragon's like, I told you not to fuck with bears. Run away from bears. It's like, nah, we took down 5. The 5 of us took down a bear when we were still like 1.5 years old. And then, so like that was the center of like a whole episode. And at the end of that, they're like, the main cat in that arc was like, what are you going to do? Are you going to go to the city, or are you going to like stay around here when they're deciding where they're going? He's like, I'm going to be a human adventurer. It's like, what? And he's like, look at this magic I learned. And he takes the shape of like a cat boy looking thing. And you see him later, and he's like, oh yeah, he joined a party and killed the Demon King, whatever. But then one of the other cats, who was kind of the secondary cat in that episode, like, okay, several years later, he's a hardened veteran. He killed a bear by himself once. And he killed a bear once. And he's like, he's the cat hero. Like, everybody looks at him and he's like, that's our guy.
Yeah.
And they're like, and he goes and befriends. He's like, he's sent to go and see, like, if the prince is a good person. And the dragon is like, you don't have to stay there long. Just figure it out. It's like, well, the prince is a baby. So this is going to take some time to figure this out. But he eventually becomes that prince's companion. And then they're like, all right. And now the prince wants to go and,
adventure.
He wants to go adventure and make sure people don't know that he is. So they go to a forest and kill a bear. Again. The 3 bears have died so far in this show.
I don't like this show.
And he's also like, all my rich clothes will give me away. So I'm going to wear this really shoddy loincloth and walk into town dragging this giant bear and sign up to be an adventurer guild. But I really like it because, again, it's silly at times and it's cool at times and it's a little heartfelt at times, and then it just moves on. And then it's like, all right, and then, this is how the story ends. And now maybe we'll go back to some of these characters eventually, or maybe they'll pop up in little cameos, or maybe, we won't ever see them again. So, Cat and the Dragon. This one is, I'm surprised by how much I liked it.
Okay.
You would probably like it, Ben, but you probably don't need to watch it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't think I will.
That's fair. But you might watch an episode you might not leave the room if I put it on the next episode.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Depends if any bears are going to die again.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're getting really, really close to the end, I promise. I need to figure out
We're almost at double frag time.
Okay, 19. That was number 19. I'm trying to find number 20 here. Oh, okay. Sparks of Tomorrow. This one is yours. I know nothing about this.
This one is on Netflix.
Okay.
It is this young kid had a brother. Oh, sorry. First off, this is a world where electricity was not invented. I think they basically said, Isaac Newton, like Nikola Tesla and Ben Franklin all died before they could invent stuff. So electricity does not exist. It is all steam powered. So it's very much like steampunk type stuff. Everything is run on steam. But this kid and his brother say they're going to start the age of electricity. So they have this book they call the Electric Catalog, where they put all their ideas in there on what they're going to do.
Is the Electric Catalog a good band name?
Probably. Hold on.
I think that sounds better for a album cover than a band name.
Now, because with catalog, putting on the album, it makes you think it's, I don't know, it's not quite, it's too on the nose. We're like, oh yeah, this is their catalog of electric songs. No. This is, the Electric Catalog is the band.
Okay.
I think that works better there.
Anyways.
The Age of Electricity sounds too much like Age of Aquarius to be anything. Maybe it could be an album, but you can't make a song because that's too close to Age of Aquarius.
Anyways.
Sorry, I needed to talk about that.
So that's the very first part. And then it cuts, I think it's 10 years later. The brother died in some war, and the book went missing. So now the younger kid is grown up, and he works at a repair shop. He runs into this girl who's the part of a family that runs a brewery. They're sake brewers. And for some reason, I think it's because her sister was friends with the kid's brother. She has the catalog. But there's this weird, really creepy guy who also wants that book. And, he proposes to, marry this girl so that he can get his hands on this book. But she escapes, and the kid basically gets the book. So now he is basically making all the inventions that are in this book. And is, trying to start this age of electricity. It's okay. It's not great, but it is okay.
How old is the kid?
He's probably like 16-ish.
Okay.
16
And
to 18.
Is it a romance with the girl that you mentioned?
There's
Is
been
there
no...
sparks as in chemistry going there too?
There's hints of it.
Okay. All right. How's the art style in this one?
It is really nice. I forget who did it, but I think it's a big studio.
Okay. But it's not like one of those like sort of like 3D cel shaded where they're trying to make the 3D look 2D.
No.
Okay. Because like Netflix has done that before.
They do. There's like things where they'll do like really cartoonish faces that they'll do a lot of times, but it just doesn't work in this animation to me. It really takes me out. But they also have things where like he makes these inventions and he kind of like has visions of what he like of the future, what like this could do for the future. That's really like obscure and like very cool, but it's okay. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay. So, Brock, this next one you caught like the last, I don't know, third of an episode. What do you think Dara-San of the Reiwa era is about?
A brother and a sister abusing a snake oni to do what they want. That's what I got from that last episode.
Okay. Now the question is, which one is the brother and which one is the sister?
I mean,
it's the opposite.
You're telling me that the
long-haired
blonde
person,
is the brother and not just the sister?
Correct. The long-haired blonde that wears a skirt is the brother.
Okay, it's one.
It's just like I don't know, like he was dressed as cutely. He was dressed cutely when he was a kid because of his appearance. And so he's like, yeah, I like to look cute.
All right.
And the older sister is like, I like to be comfortable. And, you know, obviously has a flat chest. So, like, Dara-San, the snake,
that's a flat chest.
the snake demon god, gets them confused as well. It's like, wait a minute, you're a girl? Wait, what? It's like, oh, okay, well, that's fine then. Then, yeah, it's just sort of them like befriending and not necessarily. It's not abusing the snake god in the same way that like the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy are two kids abusing death.
Nah.
But there's a little bit of teasing there for sure.
No, I'm definitely just gonna keep it headcanon that they're abusing them like they do Grim.
Abusing her. But like, there's flashbacks to her backstory, which is like very dark and done really well as like a dark story. Classic. My sister never liked me, but I was useful, so they kept me around. And then once we finally settled in, you know, they sent me away to go work on the other side of the mountain in the poorer village. But then like some like craftsman in the richer village was like, well, I'm going to go live over there. And they're like, well, how dare you seduce that brilliant mind / beautiful man from me? And so the sister plots to like basically poison the one town and frame her sister, and then convinces the town people when the snake god is out that after they like defeat the snake god that they should turn on her sister and chop off her arms and legs, and then she kills them to get rid of the evidence. And because of that, she instead of dying, she becomes a vengeful spirit and merges with the giant snake god and seeks her revenge. And then now, eons later, she's like, I don't know, I'm kind of past it. I've kind of given up the life of vengeance. But surprise, surprise, the head of the snake, which was chopped off in the fight, is still alive, but like sealed away, and has been slowly trying to influence the world. So, you know, conflict is coming. And then they like introduce characters that Dara-San is something shady going on here. Like they got like an ugly bastard looking teacher that the young boy has to see after class, and it's like, oh no, it's actually the young boy is like not blackmailing's not the right word, but just being like, I'll keep your secret that you like to design cosplays if you design some cosplays for my for this hypothetical 6-armed snake lady drawing that I made here. How would you make clothes for that? And then, so there's like a lot of miscommunications abound. And then every once in a while, somebody will like break into the mountain and get cursed by the real curse and die a horrific death that she then has to like kind of cover up or take blame for. It's interesting. I'm really like the episode that played today was very no stakes happening. It's like she got invited to the birthday party, but like an evil spirit coming indoors is tricky sometimes. And then other ones, it's like, oh, the snakehead is doing stuff, and we're getting a lot of flashbacks to this dark story of the past, which is interesting to me. I'm liking this one, but it's a weird one for sure. So now, finally, at the end of the road, I thought you were going to break out in song there.
Why?
At the end of the road.
I don't know.
Okay. The one that we all watched, Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. Yeah. This one is, I should note, the release of this one is weird.
Yes.
Because they put out like a batch of 12 mini episodes, and now they're releasing full-length episodes, but the full-length episodes are, the first one is just the first 2 mini episodes.
Yeah.
So we won't be getting any new episodes until episode 7 starts in a couple weeks. None of us have watched the mini episodes, though.
Correct.
We're just talking about the first 4 episodes. Or did you not watch the one that came out today, Brock?
I did not watch one that came out today.
Okay, so we're talking about the first 3 episodes.
But I've also just seen clips of it because I've seen future stuff. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever.
So I want Brock to tell us about this one. Because I've been doing a lot of talking.
It's just a constant tease of an older businessman getting teased by a younger, attractive woman while they're smoking.
Where are they smoking?
Behind a supermarket.
Okay, that's why they call it that.
Because his work, he's just a normal businessman. He, just having a rough time at work. His boss thinks he does wrong.
His boss is a yeller.
He's a typical Japanese office worker.
Yeah.
That's overworked and underpaid.
Yes.
And his one saving grace is going to the supermarket like near his house and buying the same 4 things of beer, chips, and
prepackaged meal.
Prepackaged food to just meet the younger cashier. He's like,
her energy just kind of is a breath of fresh air for him.
Yeah.
It's made very clear in the beginning that it is not like a sexual thing.
He's just like, I just like.
He's like, I do feel like I'm a little bit of a creep, but I promise it's just refreshing to talk to an energetic, nice young woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's his Ponyo.
Yes.
So what Ben means by this is the podcast we listen to, Blank Check. One of the hosts of it says that if he's like in a bad mood or he's stressed out, he'll just put on Ponyo and it'll relax him. So like it has the same effect that this guy seeing this girl at the supermarket does. It relaxes him. She was not working one night and he was like really stressed out. He's like, I need to find some place to smoke, but there's no smoking signs all over the place. He's wandering around and then he sees somebody that he doesn't realize is the same cash register because her hair is styled very differently. She's got a lot of piercings in, and she's not doing the same like facial expression.
And she's not like wearing.
Oh yeah, she's not wearing her uniform. She's in like punk girl clothing,
and her voice is different. She's not putting on that happy.
Yeah, she doesn't have her customer service voice.
Yeah.
So he doesn't realize it's her. So she's like, all right, well, I'm going to tease him and say that I'm somebody else and like call him out on. Like, oh, you one of those guys in a Yamada, and he like this is when he explains that no, I'm just an exhausted businessman. I need a little ray of sunshine. She's like, all right, good. Too many people are trying to get in her pants. It's like, that's a little braggadocious, but I guess I get it. and then they just have a friendship that forms with them smoking behind the supermarket and hanging out.
Giving kind of like life tips kind of at times, because she's had like a moment where she's not doing well. He's like, yeah, it's just this, it's fine.
That, or like they'll talk about something and then she'll either like bring it up as the cashier and be like, oh yeah, I told her. Or it's like something will happen with the cashier and she's like, well, what was that thing that happened between you two?
Yeah.
It's like, I saw you.
Like, I saw that you came inside, looked around, and then just left. What's the deal?
So far, my favorite character is the manager that's like,
oh yeah,
this is creep. Oh wait, this is...
She's like, who is this creep? Oh wait, Yamada, the actual name of the woman, is pulling something on him. You know,
and I really like...
Is she like getting money out of him? Like, what's the scheme here? I'm not going to break it up, but I am going to go scold her about it.
But also just her be like, I really like reading, you know, like romance mangas.
When she realizes, like, oh, they're actually like legitimately being friends. It's, all right. Tell me if anything happens, please. I'm starved for romance.
Wait, what do you mean by anything? Anything that gets the heart going. Just come on, do it.
It's also important to know that while they're doing this, they are smoking.
Yes. Which, like, is another one of those things where I'm like, does this show glorify smoking? Because they don't, like, put it in this, like, they don't denigrate it. They don't demonize it.
Yeah.
But they don't, it's not necessarily them being like, this smoke is all that gets me going. It's like, there are times where he's like, I need a little nicotine hit.
Yeah.
You know, especially since that girl's not working. You know, I need something to.
Because, like, when she was in the bad mood of the customer mentioning smelling smoke and she smoked too much, he's like, oh, it's better to just have coffee or a warm drink over smoking, or at least I found it. And she's like, oh, okay.
That, and they have to buy deodorizer so that they don't smell like smoke.
Yeah.
So it's not like glorifying it. But.
Yeah, but it's also not demonizing it, which in this day and age feels like glorifying it if you're not demonizing, which smoking is bad.
Yeah.
They should put that up. Like, don't do this. So, like, normalizing it. Like, I get not demonizing it, but I also don't quite understand normalizing it either. Because I don't want...
It might be a Japan thing. I don't know.
Smoking should be a little demonized. I guess.
It should be over smoking, because it kind of implied that he does it like, okay, I'm overly stressed, having like maybe one, maybe two, and then move on.
Like he's
smoking
like
at work, though, too. I think he's
like a half pack, maybe, minimum.
Yeah. I mean,
so it's definitely like...
But,
I don't know. They could do more. You don't want to demonize smokers, but I think you can demonize smoking because it is very bad.
But knowing some people that smoke like 2 packs a day, it's like
that's a lot worse.
That's a bit much.
This is why I'm not watching the chain smoking cat girl anime that's coming out. Every like scene I see of that, where it's like, oh, here's this other cat girl that is, I guess, doing heroin.
Yeah.
I don't think this show is for me.
Yeah.
I don't think I can watch this show from the clips of this. So I guess to say is, don't demonize the smoker. I wish the show would demonize smoking a little bit more. And
again, I think that's just a Japan thing.
Yeah, smoking in Japan is very much an adult
like,
thing.
I think if this is like an American show, you'd have like that warning in front, like, hey, it's depicting smoking.
Well, like, smoking, they do give the, like, rated this and up for this and smoking. Like, smoking is,
That's true.
they rate it higher up.
Yeah, I think a lot of things now.
Which, like, I guess the big thing there is when you don't want it in kids stuff as much, because then they are more inclined to. Whereas us as adults that have never... Well, I don't know about you, Brock, but I've never smoked in my life. I know even if you have, it's not been a big thing.
Yeah, no.
And it's like, we are grown up enough that we can be like, smoking looks cool as hell.
Yeah.
But I will never do it.
I will say, I don't think that this show does that, though.
I don't think it does.
Normal.
It does not glorify it. It normalizes it.
There are animes where, like, damn, that looks really cool. This one, it just seems, it's like normal life.
Hellsing Ultimate is like, yes, Integra smoking that cigar is cool looking. Like,
this makes it more of just you're stressed after a day and just...
It's
But anime does
just like
this
regular
thing of
people.
making smoking feel like adult. So, like, for instance, in Your Name, the coworker that is like in her 20s or whatever, they like set her apart from these teenagers, and it's like, oh, she smokes.
She smokes.
You know, and it's seen as this adult thing, which can be very. It may not seem like it's glorifying it, but it sort of is, because it's giving you the vibe of, oh, this is a mature, older woman, you know, like...
Versus, I mean, somewhat kind of early One Piece, because Sanji was under 18, I'm pretty sure. But then all the other people that smoked were all older, and they made...
What are you talking about? Sanji had a sucker this whole time.
Yeah, what are you talking
That's
about?
4 kids, not the actual. But then also make Sanji seem mature, because he's always in a suit and acts more mature until him and Zoro go at it.
So, how do you feel about this show, Smoking Behind the Supermarket, with you? If you were to give it a rating right now of what we've seen, what would it be? Ben, go.
About a 7.
Brock?
I put it at 6. It doesn't feel like there's too much besides just them teasing each other. Her teasing
I would go halfway. I'd go 6.5. Because I think it's better than a 6, but giving it a 7, it could get there, I guess.
I like that dynamic enough. It is a little...
I have
not
a
boring,
fear,
but like, I don't know.
There's not much that happens.
Yeah.
It's very much just slice of life.
I think I know what your fear is, and I think it's going to happen.
That it gets repetitive.
Yeah. There's not going to be any. There's not going to be
much romantic
Yeah.
development.
No.
There's not going to be too much weird drama, and it's just a matter of, can they keep up the charm?
Yeah.
To stave off the feeling of repetitiveness.
Yeah.
Because it's just sort of always been like, okay, well, he is at work for a little bit, and then he goes to the supermarket, and maybe he sees her there.
Okay, I guess.
And then he goes behind, and then he sees her in her other form.
Would you bet that at the end of this season, he figures out that they're the same person?
My bet is going to be no.
I'm going to bet he'll at least see her in her, uniform smoking as Yamada. Because, he nearly catches her the one time. And she's like, oh, no. And she's, trying to hide it to make it, not have the
So
connection.
he sees her smoking, but he doesn't put it together that they're the same person?
Yeah.
Okay. So the answer is no.
Yeah. Still no.
I think you're right. I think it's going to be no.
Because I think it's probably, and I don't know, I actually have no idea what the source material is like, but I'm assuming the source material covers more than this season will, and the source material's premise needs to be kept up, otherwise the show will eventually...
I just know it's a manga, but...
Yeah. Okay, so of all the shows we've talked about, Brock, are there any of them that you want to go and watch?
The Mongol one that Ben talked about.
Okay.
Draw This, Then Die.
Yeah, but no.
What? Oh, come on.
The Cat and the Dragon, I think, seems interesting enough.
Okay.
And the Kaiju are the 3 that I'm like, this seems interesting enough.
Kaiju Girl, Cat and the Dragon, and Draw This, Then Die?
No, Jaadugar.
Jaadugar.
Which in Mongolia.
Which in Mongolia.
That one. You don't want to watch Draw This, Then Die? I think you'd like it. I think it's
I don't know.
good.
It might be too cutesy for him.
Yeah, but...
There are Yuri undertones in that. I don't know if you brought that up.
Did you? I didn't hear.
It's just undertones so far.
Well, no, she kisses.
She gets it. I don't count that yet, because I don't know what the Saori is there. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, it's 2 girls kiss.
Yeah, but it's a teacher and a student.
It's a woman and a girl kissing.
Okay, whatever.
Would it help you if, when we were flashing back to the teacher when she was trying to get into manga, she shows her manga to an idol of hers, because that she just happens to be, they're both selling their manga right next to each other, and she's like, will you take a look at this and tell me what I'm missing? And the idol goes, bloodlust maybe? Or bloodthirst, something like that. And then she's like, we cut to her drawing in her room, and it's like, nope, I need to go cuter. It's like, it's this dramatic thing. It's like, I'm going to kill these people with how good this manga is. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying it right, but it's just like, she got the bloodthirst, and then that's the one that gets published. So, the I am the son of God reveal for their first manga wasn't enough for you there?
No, it wasn't. I'm sorry.
I get it.
You're missing out. Draw This Then Die it's gonna be good. Shabs, is there any of them that I talked about? Because I know the one that Brock talked about you're not gonna watch. Are there any of the ones that I talked about that you're interested in?
Go over them all quickly.
Okay, Dara-San of the Reiwa era.
No.
Oh boy, was I wrong about her.
Maybe. Maybe.
Okay. The Frontier Lord begins with 0 subjects. The Cat and the Dragon.
Nope.
Red River.
Nope.
Victoria of Many Faces.
Yeah.
Kaiju Girl.
No.
Okay. Man, you're bringing me down.
I'm already watching like 8 of them, but I can't add more.
I would have thought at least of all those you would have been interested in the Many Faces.
I don't know.
That one is the most mature one of these, I think. Yeah. If that helps. It feels like, well, Oh Boy, Was I Wrong About Her is the one that feels the most like Love Unseen Beneath the Clear Night Sky. Yeah. Victoria of Many Faces feels most like, I'm trying to think of a good comparison because it's not as bright and fun as Spy Family is.
I think that's the thing is like with those types of shows, I need a little bit more than just like.
It's maybe almost the vibe of Maoyu Maoyusha, the show that will be coming out after this one now.
Really?
Where it's kind of it's not like a fantasy, but it's just sort of more about, which that show is not about the fantasy. It's about the farming and
that's true,
the politics and all that.
Those shows are very hard for me to get into. I need a really solid hook into them.
So, anyway, we've been going for 2 hours now.
Yeah.
You can find us on YouTube and most podcast platforms as Anime Territory. And you're now leaving the Anime Territory.
Goodbye.